In recent times at my shop, Tyres and Moore and Nelson, we've noticed a lot of this sort of stuff happening. So here's a tyre, not an unusual example, plenty of tread on this side, absolutely no tread on this side. It's happening more and more often, and I think it's to do with the new warrant regulations. People just aren't checking their cars anymore. It's relatively easy to check, not a difficult thing, but people have just got to be educated on how to do this. So here's an example of a new tyre on this side. As you can see, it's got about 8 mils of tread. This tyre's got about 6 mils of tread, nothing in the inside, completely blown out. Brand new tyres have around 8 millimeters of tread normally. You can see there's a little bit less on this one. It's just absolutely stuffed. And this vehicle may have only done 5,000 kilometres or 10,000 kilometres on these tyres, but they've never been checked. And because they haven't been checked, this is the sort of wear that occurs. The problem with that is, this car is driving on exactly the same roads that you and I are driving on. This is an example of a late model, well-maintained car. It just happens to be in our lot today. So this tyre isn't really that old, it's probably done something like 5,000 Ks. These particular tyres typically last around 25,000 Ks. It's used about 2 millimeters of tread, and checking with a tread gauge, it's got around 6 to 7 mils of tread. And while on this side of the car it looks perfectly alright, if we go to the other side of the car it tells us a totally different story. So this is a great way for you to check your own tyres. When you park the car occasionally, park it with the steering on full lock, jump out and have a look at your tyres. So while we can see on the left hand side of this particular car it retains the same amount of tread in the middle, around 6 millimeters, the tread's virtually worn out on the edge. So given by the time that this is at 4 millimeters in the middle, there will be no tread left here, which means this tyre is going to be a throwaway. It will naturally blow out, go flat, really cause you some issues. So this is what's really, really important, that you stop and do this occasionally, or take it into your local franchise dealer or your tyre shop and get them to rotate the tyres for you around every 5,000 Ks.